Well, there has been a series of attempts by a section of leaders from Marsabit and Isiolo counties to propagate falsehood and create disunity among the communities living in these counties and its neighbors, with intention to create an exclusive state for their people from Marsabit, stretching from Marsabit, Moyale, and Isiolo. In this regard, some political leaders from Isiolo and Marsabit have been mobilized to agitate and engage in inflammatory tribal utterances, inciting their kins against other communities in these counties. This happens while failing to appreciate that these counties are cosmopolitan, where no single community enjoys exclusive numerical advantages. Their actions have set these counties on war moods, disturbing the prevailing peaceful coexistence and harmony between the many groups living in these counties. The leaders appear to be under some illusions that they enjoy more entitlement as citizens and are averse to any peaceful effort by the government. The recent outburst by the governor of Marsabit, blaming senior government officials and Ministry of Interior officials and threats to arm their people and evict other communities from these counties, is a testimony to this evil motive. They have continued to block their heinous action of mass displacement of other communities through organized raids using the local militia, who are now given sanctuary in parts of Marsabit and Isiolo counties. Unless our government demolishes their training camps in this region, peace will be to obtain peace will be a tall order. A good example of these skirmishes in Marsabit particularly is the recent killings at Songa, where 4 Rendile University students were murdered in cold blood as they rode a motorcycle to go to Marsabit to pursue online classes. And this case, imagine, did not even attract the slightest attention from the governor himself, nor the county government of Marsabit, as if nothing had happened. And such like cases are just numerous. To disguise their evil intention and divert attention from their heinous intentions, they have resorted to blackmailing the government by using the name of the Cabinet Secretary, Honorable C.S. Okuriatani, as a symbol of hate, figure purporting that he took away their share of government position and demanding his replacement by one of their own. The CS, being a national figure and holding a challenging assignment of critical service to the nation, has no time for their petty, ill-guided aggression targeted at advancing primitive political discourse of yesteryears. As leaders seated here before you, and leaders from this region and the neighboring counties, we therefore demand that these leaders should be held accountable for inciting communities against other peace-loving Kenyans, in particular those appealing to their communities to arm themselves, like some leaders have stated in their statements. These leaders should be given ultimatum to remove the local militia for peace to prevail within Marsabit County and the counties neighboring Marsabit County. These tribal chiefs, led by the governor himself, are hereby informed that their actions are more detrimental for their people, as the other communities of all these counties are now more aware of the intentions of direct displacements and will not be cowed into submission, whether they use their local instrument of force or propaganda and blackmail against anyone or communities. These said leaders should give chance to the security operators to do their work, instead of propagating and claiming to know more than the job holders themselves. Leaders should desist from going to neighboring counties to incite and cause suspicion and hatred among communities who have been living together peacefully all along.
The issue between Isiolo and Wajir County, and specifically Isiolo North and Wajir West, has happened the last 3 months. It has been taking place the last 3 months. We have been trying, as you know, leaders from Isiolo have had more than 5 press conferences about that matter. We in Wajir were persuaded by the fact that the government was organizing a meeting between leaders that is going to have a solution, which, as you all know, took place yesterday. We have deliberately decided not to respond to those statements so as to give chance to dialogue. We still believe in dialogue. We are prepared for peace, and we are going to do everything possible within us to engage with these people. But there must be a partner on the other side interested in peace. For the last 1 month, I have been trying to engage my colleagues in the National Assembly and the governor of Isiolo. This morning, before I came here and before I decided to join this press statement, I was trying to look for them. It is difficult. It seems they want to deal with one region, deal with Garissa now, put the problem of Wajir under the cover, come for this. So they are not interested in peace. We want to tell, because we have no conflict that is centered on settlements and anything else. We have a dry spell in Wajir. Our livestock have come toward Isiolo, just like theirs used to do when there's drought on their side. There is absolutely nothing else. We don't want these leaders and government to support them in balkanizing the nation. That this is our region, this is our area, this is our land. Kenya belongs to all of us. We don't want a situation where we balkanize and do, segmentation of the nation. That this part belongs to this community, this part belongs to this community. Until Kenyans cannot cross to each other, cannot cross over to each other. They know very well when they had drought on their side. We accommodated them, we gave them our pasture, we gave them our water. We will still do if they will have drought. We want to request them and plead with government and those leaders to come to the table and bring their people to the table, so that this nonsense of people killing each other because of pasture to stop. In any case, no government security apparatus can tell our people who are grazing in Isiolo that we are foreigners and we will go back to where we come from, unless they want to tell us, because some of them are telling us they are supporting BBI that brings the country together, and they are chasing a herdsman simply because he was chased by a drought from his side. So we want to ask them, as far as Wajir and Isiolo are concerned, please be prepared and be partners in peace. Don't give press statements left, right, and center. It won't solve the problem. And government should not give in to such blackmails. Thank you so much.
First and foremost, it's very unfortunate for politicians to spoil the name of career civil servants. We were disturbed by statements coming from sections of leaders from Isiolo and Marsabit that CS4 Treasury, Ambassador Ukur Yatani, is involved in the conflict issues touching on these counties of Marsabit, Isiolo, Wajir, and Garissa. That is very, very unfortunate. Number two, there was claim by section of political leaders from Isiolo County that the IG has been denied budget not to execute his work of security. We want the IG to tell us, because as a member of parliament and my role being an oversight and budget making process, I want the IG to tell us if that statement, which is inflammatory by section of those leaders, if that statement is true or false. Because you cannot bring unsubstantiated claims in the name of spoiling the names of people who are holding, who are appointees of the commander-in-chief, of this country, the CEO of this country. Ambassador Ukur Yatani is an appointee of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya. And he has faith and trust in him. And as communities from North, we have no doubt in his capabilities, and we don't believe that he's involved with petty local politics.
Being a Rendile myself from that county, I felt it is totally a big shame such that the only cabinet secretary we have from representing maybe the entire eastern and northeastern pastoralist communities, some members of Marsabit community, they try to create a perception that the cabinet secretary is involved in the day-to-day running of the county, fighting, making communities to fight. So we are just here to show solidarity that indeed that position the county government of Marsabit, including the governor himself, have stated yesterday is a reckless statement. It is not the statement that is with the Marsabit people. That is his individual plus the individual leaders who are with him, who accompanied him. And therefore, we are here to correct that position, that indeed he should concentrate with the work given to him to manage, to run the affairs of the county government of Marsabit. Thank you.
We do not want issue between Isiolo and Marsabit to be brought to Garissa and Wajir. If they have a problem on clans and whatever in Marsabit, let them not bring Ukur Yatani's issue into Wajir and Garissa. We have no business. Our issues are known. Let them not use their politics to bring us in. Thank you. As far as Wajir and Isiolo are concerned, and he will give timelines, that the two county commissioners and the two RCs will convene a meeting today or tomorrow, and these issues will be separated because they are distinct in their nature. When that did not come, and that's why I stood behind him, when that did not come and we were just left in the wilderness, that is when we took the decision, because we saw our problems are different from the others, and ours could be solved by the RCs and the county commissioners being tasked to solve this between leaders. Wajir has never had clashes since 1991. This is the first time we're hearing about this. I think if our colleagues on the other side have their domestic issues, let them keep those domestic matters to themselves. We believe in what you are saying, that we can coexist together, we can live together. On our part, we are prepared. The issue between Garissa and, of course, Isiolo are historical issues, settlements, which must be progressively solved and addressed slowly, not to coerce people and force them into submission. So we are willing, on our part, to engage with our colleagues, to go to the ground, to talk to our people, so that peace comes back. We are not, in any way, we do not want to be associated with clashes and those things. We want peace. I have personally no interest in Borno land.
And to add to that, pastoral communities from time immemorial choose through the traditional mechanisms and structures that existed. What we don't want is the politicization of this, conflict related to resource sharing and, movement of pastoral communities from one county to other. What we are refusing is the politicization of this to go and, gain some political mileage out of that conflict. Thank you very much.